This is a brand new tool on the market, just released. You always got to wonder why they ship little boxes inside of bigger boxes. This is from TSO, Narrow Stock Pro Rip, and it works fantastic. That's a brand new tool, and I just unboxed it. So how do I know how well it works? Let me show you. Beta tool, version 1. This was sent to me for my feedback. I have used this for months now. In fact, I've used them on video, but I've cut the video away because it was under embargo. I could not tell you about it. In fact, when I made the plywood cart, the smart cart for hauling all that plywood, I had all those long, narrow rips. I got it all done in the video, and I said that I had to turn the camera off because I was using a new tool to do all those rips that I was under embargo and I couldn't tell you about. This is the best narrow rip tool or accessory that I have used to date with any track or any track saw. When I was testing this out, I made videos for the TSO engineering team, and the very first video I made and sent them, I said, yeah, I don't like it. I don't see much need for it, and dismissed it. But for some reason, I gave it a second look and had a lot of ripping to do, narrow ripping, and it really worked out well. There were some big drawbacks, and that was what threw me off the first time. So I gave them that feedback in a second, longer video. This one, I had to use tools to make all the adjustments, and it was a hassle. And the adjusting of the stop that touches your material, it was squeezing really tight, and even after I loosened it, it was hard to get it to move and get it precisely where I wanted it. With this one, they've added knobs, so everything is adjustable without a tool, and now just throwing the lever, I'm able to slide it, so they've cleared the room in there so this moves freely and then tightens down and doesn't move. And then the third knob is how it attaches to the track. Two of these that are identical, and then two optional supports that just kind of hold the track up. But I think it's best for me to go ahead and just show you how I use this by making a quick cut. After sliding on the stops and the supports, the first thing to do is to adjust the supports for the thickness of your material. And it's pretty automatic. You just set your track on top of the material you're cutting and then drop the supports down to your bench. Next thing to do is set up the width of the rip that you're going for. There is no scale on this, so I use my square to set it up. I'll put the square up against the leading edge of the track where the cut is, and then set the ruler where I want it to cut. So I've set it for 50 millimeters, and then you just put it up against the edge. In fact, I'll flip this over, make it a little more visible. Putting the square right up against the edge, and then pushing the stop until it makes contact. Once the rip width is set, then I'll just slide them out near the end of the rip that I'm making. And the supports, which are optional, they do help a little bit for the longer rips. And that's it. It's set up and ready to make a 50mm rip. And if I have lots of them to do, then I don't have to set it up again. That setup is one and done. So to make the cut, I just pull it back and push it up against the material. And this is where these are really handy and beat anything else I've ever tried for narrow rips, is that with those supports, now the track isn't tipping down. If you look at some of my past videos using the other TSO rip guide or other ways I've done it, I'm sliding in pieces of scrap material, the same thickness of the material I'm cutting, to keep the track from tipping over. You could optionally clamp it because you don't have as much grip with just a little bit of the wood underneath. But again, I've done lots and lots of ripping with this, and I like to move along, and as long as I can be accurate, then I'm not going to clamp things down, and I've found so far I haven't needed to do that. Perfect 50mm rip all the way down, and now I can just go time and time again. In the Smart Woodshop, we are heavily dependent on the track saw. If I am in the shop or in the field, if I'm set up and working with wood, the track saw is working. So any accessory that will leverage my tracks, make them more efficient, more accurate, just faster and easier to use, I'm all about. If you think the TSO Narrow Stock Pro Rip is a tool that would work for you in your shop, then I'll put my affiliate link in the description of this video. If you use that affiliate, TSO does compensate us a little bit, but they don't charge you any extra. And that of course supports the channel so I can continue to make these videos. If you like this video and you'd like to see me make more, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and ring the bell. If you'd like a set of plans to build a Paulk Smart Bench, a Smart Station, any of the accessories that work with the Paulk Smart system or the Smart Woodshop itself, I'll put a link in the description of this video down below where you can go and purchase any of the plans or packages of plans and then download them instantaneously 24/7, 365. Mahalo.